So in my last video, I made a guide to Stoicism to introduce you into the topic and to understand what it is about and what the main principles are. So today I want to get into 6 Stoic exercises that famous people do. Now the first one is by Tim Ferriss, who wrote the 4-Hour Workweek, and he practices poverty. I spoke about this in my last video a little bit, that Seneca would practice days of poverty. So he wouldn't eat, he would wear unfashionable clothes. Now this is what Tim Ferriss says. So what he does is he fasts for minimum 3 days a month, continuously. So he eats his last meal Thursday evening and doesn't eat anything until Sunday evening. Because now in today's day and age, we can eat whenever we want. 2 a.m. in the morning, if we are hungry, we can eat something. If it's 6 o'clock in the morning, we can eat something, no problem. But when is the last time that you really experienced real hunger? When did you actually fast? When was the last time that you only consumed water for at least 48 hours? I bet you can name it. Now I fast for 2 days a month, and I found that my mental clarity is way higher after that. I only drink water and some teas, but I don't eat anything. And I would encourage you to do the same, to practice some days where you don't eat anything and experience the real sensation of hunger. We don't really experience that anymore. So the first exercise is practice poverty. Now the second Stoic exercise is meditate on your mortality. This is something that Robert Greene talks about a lot, the author of 48 Laws of Power. Now, the last principle of my Stoicism guide was memento mori, so remember that you will die. So he meditates on his mortality, that he is gonna die someday. And what this does is to make a person appreciate even more every moment of life. Because most people today have such a crazy fear of death that they don't even think about it. However, we are going to die someday. So as long as we're alive and we have this great gift of life, we should be grateful for it. Now the next exercise is something that I couldn't miss out on this list. It is to practice gratitude. So in addition to the second exercise, where you meditate and think about your mortality, you should also practice gratitude. Because as the previous principle, this will help you to be more grateful in every moment of life. We aren't grateful nowadays. Life just passes by. Think about 2022. Was it a good year for you? Was it a bad year for you? Then how often were you really grateful for the good things? So I encourage you to start a gratitude journal and list 3 things every single evening that you're grateful for that specific day. And really think about those things. It's a very good state of mind to be in. You know, you end your day on a really positive note, on positive things that you had throughout the day. So practicing gratitude was the base of Stoic exercises. Now the fourth exercise is retreat, reconnect, renew. This exercise is mainly spoken about by Arianna Huffington. And so what she says is to implement phases of our lives where we retreat ourselves. And the retreat nowadays is mostly digital. So for example, if your average screen time a day is 5-6 hours, you limit it to 30 minutes, for example. If you watch Netflix on your TV at the evenings, you stop. And you can do this for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, and this will reconnect you to the real life, to the real good things. So this exercise is something like a dopamine detox that they kind of popped off in the last years. However, not a dopamine detox that goes for 24 hours. It is a longer dopamine detox where you don't completely cut out the things, but you limit them. As I said, instead of 5 hours a day of your smartphone, 30 minutes a day. Okay, now the fifth exercise of today's video, I haven't found anywhere, but I do it myself, and it is to turn bad into good. Okay? What is this exercise? Now what I do is I think of the bad things that happen to me, okay? The bad stuff. So think about the bad things that happen to you in your life. For example, we in my martial arts gym, we have an infection going around now, okay? I have it here, for example, and you know, I could whine around all day and say how what the fuck, why me? But when you think about it, you know, at first glance, it's bad, it's shit. Why do I have to get it? But if you look at it further, it's actually a good thing. I was not a very hygienic person, okay? I didn't really wash my hands a lot. I touched myself in the face a lot. So this is a bad thing, but it will disappear in a couple of days. However, I learned a lot right now, okay? I learned to be more hygienic. I even bought this fucking disinfection spray here. You know? To clean my smartphone or my hands when I come back from outside. Same thing, for example, is 1.5 years ago I didn't get accepted to the specific college that I wanted. Not college, but you know, to the specific area of work that I wanted to get in. Okay. Now only 2% that apply actually get in this area. When I didn't get in, I beat myself up for weeks. And I thought to myself, why was I so stupid? But now, when I think about that, it's a great thing, because in that area I would have been trapped. Okay, I would have earned a lot of money. However, I had a contract that I would have had to work for 10 years before I could have left the work. So if I started a business, I couldn't leave there. And I know for a fact that I don't want to get into this whole rat race and to work 9 to 5 for 45 years. Okay? So this exercise tries to turn the bad things into the good things. Because if we think about it, the really bad things that happened to us, in the end, they made us stronger. So the good things, so the bad things kind of turn into the good things if you see it under another lens. So now the last exercise of today is a bedtime reflection. And now what this means is at the end of each day, you replay your whole day in your head. And you think about what could I have done better? How could I have lived more virtuously? Were there some people that I didn't treat as well as I should? And write down one thing that you want to improve the next day. Doesn't matter how small it is. Small changes turn into huge results. Okay, so the last exercise is bedtime reflection. Okay, here we are, 6 exercises, 6 Stoic exercises that help you in your daily life. I hope you liked this video and took something from it, because I think that those exercises are very practical and that anyone can try and use them. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter how old you are. And I think that they can greatly increase your quality of life and help you live more virtuously. That's it from me, guys. See you in the next one.